walk the streets with my swagger on, supernatural, facing a million opponents, and my role is to act alone. Lights, camera when the action's on. Where I'm home is a battle zone. A vigilante in the
What's up, everybody? How you doing? I am Mike Watson, aka the most enthusiastic person in comics, and I might need to change my name to the most rageful person in comics. It's been a week of just frustration after frustration and annoyance, and I'm like it starts off as like this little thing that's just minuscule and really shouldn't matter, but then that's another one, and then it's another one, and they just build up like a snowball building up snow from an avalanche, and it just makes you want to punch just things in the face. And I wish I could, because I'm pretty annoyed right now, because like this setup works all the time, and then all of a sudden the last couple weeks it doesn't want to share my screen. Like, why? Ain't nothing changed. I ain't changed no settings. I ain't reset shit. We ain't install no new updates and nothing like that. Ain't no updates to install. So why would you not want to share my screen that I've been sharing for over 300 episodes for 3 years? Just randomly, I'm like, oh, I don't need to check that. I'm doing some work right now, and I'll finish just in time to get ready to do the show. No, you won't, Mike. Not today. Not today, little guy. Your screen won't share. We're not going to share the screen that does the drawing part for the chat, because the show's called Chat and Draw. No, we want you to set up your ugly ass camera in front of your sheet with no light, so no one can see what it is you're drawing. Thank you for allowing me to do that. I needed to get that out of my system. What up, Jerry? How you doing, man? How you doing? So now that I've vented publicly, I appreciate it very much. Tonight is a double hitter episode, everybody. I got 2 guests coming on tonight. We're going to be hanging out for the 2 times the time. All right? Take our time and double it, and you got double the time with Chat and Draw tonight. That's what we're going to get into. Oh, Lord, it feels so good to just rage for a moment. I really appreciate y'all allowing me that moment to breathe. But what have I been doing? What's going on? What's the update? Freestyle Comics update on the Vigilance Kickstarter. I'm in different levels and different stages of ordering things. From posters, if you ordered the full FSK 5 poster set, 18 by 24, and the gala poster, 24 by 36, those have been shipped. Jackets and shirts are on the way to the production line, and then those will be shipped. Little stuff like bookmarks and keychains and stuff have been ordered. But the most important thing is the books have been ordered. And it's been a week, and I have not gotten anything back about the books. I have not got any issues back. Not to say that won't happen. But they've all been sent to the printers. The printers are processing and sending PDFs. The Ryan Robinson cover we sent off to overseas for our first printing overseas. And we're getting 200 copies of that. And, 200. Ooh, I can't wait. And I've already got the PDF for that. That's already been approved. So we should be in print territory with that. Comics Wellsprings is printing the D-Fish cover, and the spicy collector's cover. I have not received the proof from them, but they got it. I called them. It's in their queue. And the Black Lives Matter Vigilance #1 shout out return again because this cover is limited edition. We sent that off to Mix'em, who I love. They printed that, and I should have that next week. Next week, I should have that. Now, we only had a couple people pick up on that, so I will have some extra copies. Not very many, though. Not very many. Limited run. 5-star. 5-star. Boom, 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 boom. 5-star on all my screen. We're at $1,800, y'all. FSKGo.com. Share and support. Let's bring this next chapter of 5-star to life. It's a very good issue. We got 5 awesome covers on this one. Tony will be with us on the second half of the show. And it's just a good campaign. It's a good story. 5-star has integrated easily into the FSK universe. I'm very excited about this next chapter and things we're going to be doing with 5-star. Very, very excited. And then after this, we'll take a couple weeks off, and then we're jumping into the Hotshot campaign. The Hotshot campaign to wrap up the Unforgiven saga. It is either going to be issue 13 of Hotshot or the trade for Hotshot. And the Beam Awards are happening. I might be going to the Torg video game convention at the beginning of November. I'm absolutely going to GalaxyCon Columbus at the beginning of December. And I think I'm waiting for confirmation, but I think I'll be at Kosai After Dark for Comic-Con edition. That might be happening. All right. So now that we got all that out the way, I'm bringing out my guest, who's pretty awesome. I've known her for like a decade. She's super cool, super dope, and super smart. And she has the stuff that she just does. It's like making you better, taking your business and making it better than what it was before. And just a whole lot of stuff that we're going to talk about and what she's doing because she just launched her new website. So without further ado, let's hit the irons and get this going and bring them out in traditional chat and draw fashion.
Wait a second. A new opponent has interrupted the tournament.
What's up, Dominique? How you doing?
I'm so good. How are you?
I am good. I just realized I had that whole meltdown for our first time streaming on LinkedIn. So that'll be good.
Oh, awesome. Alrighty.
Hey.
But I need to pause real quick. Kosai After Dark, why am I just not hearing about this? This is amazing. Congratulations.
I just heard about it today when I got home.
Okay.
And I checked my email. So I literally just found out. And waiting to hear back if I'm going to be able to attend it or not.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, but never mind that. You are the guest. This is your first time on Chat and Draw. Tell everybody who you are and what it is that you do. That thing that you do so well. The floor is yours.
Okay, not too much pressure at all. So my name is Dominique Fajarez. Basically, process is my passion, and I have figured out a way to make sure that processes, I can help people elevate their everyday and integrate their passion and purpose into process for both your work and well-being. So as you were saying, I have a few different companies. The first one is Quick Candor. That is my consulting company, and that's where I help small businesses like yourself and heart-centered entrepreneurs. So I focus on healers, creatives, artists, and basically anybody who is passion-led, who has a small business. And I just make sure that their business processes are basically molded to who they are and their natural ways of working in authenticity. So you never have to try and fit yourself into somebody else's constraints for your business. And I take the same processes or the same concepts of process, and I help you build self-care to elevate your everyday and make mundane moments opportunities for luxurious tranquility. So if you see me, you always will see that I have a tea, some type of tea. Today, I am focusing on my mamaki. I love mamaki. This one is a shaka tea from Hawaii. It has mango and hibiscus in it. No sugar, absolute. You just get to taste the tea, and I'm always with something. So every time I'm with Watson, I think last time when we went to your signing at the comic book store, I had a different hibiscus tea. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I just launched, as you were saying, I just launched my new Shopify. I just launched a workshop for small business owners for calling in your own avatar. A lot of times people have difficulty figuring out what an avatar is for them, because a lot of times everybody could use your service. Everybody needs what you do. And that's not really how you market the best. And I'm really excited. I'm so glad that you pulled this image up. I'm really proud of this one. I cannot draw. That is not my hand drawing. It is an image that I will be purchasing, but I have created a coloring book that focuses on active meditation. A lot of times when people think about meditating, you're sitting silently and still, and most people are too busy for that, or most people's minds are too busy for that. So they feel like they can't meditate. And that's just not true. And so I help people actively meditate by coloring while you are repeating mantras. And the mantras I have created, and they are focused on connecting to your flow, your genius zone, as well as what you're wanting to call in or manifest. So this is one of the images. I see your mouth moving. Are you saying something? No.
I had it muted because I
Oh,
have my fan on.
oh,
All
okay.
right, awesome. So introducing us into the thing that you wear several hats. So let's talk about your origin story. How does this even get
Oh,
started? Where does this begin? Where's the spark to this fire?
okay. So I have a master's degree in education. I used to be a special ed K-12 teacher, got burned out, had a lot of stress issues that uh, caused me to actually get sick. I couldn't keep my food down for a year and a half, had all the biopsies, all the things. So I transitioned to um, higher ed and started with grading, and then worked my way up into curriculum and instructional design for an academic unit at The Ohio State University. And I knew I wanted one more degree. I thought it was going to be a PhD. Couldn't find something that just connected with me for a few years. And so I was talking to one of the professors that I worked with, and she suggested that I check out the business college. And so I said I would. And I looked at their site, and then within a few minutes, I saw this degree that I've never heard of before. And it's called Business Operational Excellence. And when I read the description, I felt that it was made just for me. It tied in all of my experience from corporate training, teaching, project management, product management, vendor relations. And it was just so exciting. I fell in love with the description. Within 15 minutes I had of discovering that this was a thing, I had scheduled a meeting with the director of the program. That was October of 2020. And I started the program in December of 2020. So I absolutely loved the program. I loved the concepts. I loved the tools. I aced all my exams, but when it came time to do the applied stuff, because my lens had been so individualized, because I used to be a special ed teacher, because everything I do is custom, especially even in, me as a realtor, everything I do is custom. I looked at the efficiency as being able to be customized for the person, and that was fundamentally flawed for the people who were already consultants in that. And so I had a lot of struggles with that. But for operational excellence, if you don't know, it's just a super fancy way of saying I make things efficient and increase quality for all involved. So quality for the consumer, quality for the customer, quality for the employees, um, profit, revenue, workspace, all those kind of things. So we mainly focus on systems, workflows, and processes. And a lot of times, well, most of the time, operational excellence is involved in factory work, in health, as well as finance, because the idea is to standardize it so much so that it doesn't matter who is doing the task, the results are the same. And that's great for those type of industries. But when you're talking to creatives and artists and people who are passionate about what they're doing, and they have this mission that they have to bring out, a lot of times the their job or their company or what they're creating is an extension of their soul, or is an extension of who they are. And so you cannot divorce the self or the person from that. And I think that that's where a lot of people get burnout, because they are trying to mold themselves to somebody else without taking into consideration their own authenticity. And I love these efficiency tools so much that I feel like small business owners, heart centered entrepreneurs should have access to these tools as well, but just modify them to support their how they actually work, and make sure
Mhm.
they build businesses that invigorate them, not drain them on a regular basis. So that's kind of the long version of the story.
Alrighty. And chat, if those of you are wondering, no, this is not Tony Klapper. Tony Klapper is coming in on the second half. We switch things around. Uh, Tony's driving back from Cleveland, so to give him enough time to get on here. But all right, so that sounds like a lot. You are doing a lot of stuff here that you have taken from your history and your experience, and applying that to other people and what they're trying to do with their businesses. Now, we know, as you said, you like to make things efficient, but where did that come from? Was there like a plate with like a lot of designs on it that shattered in front of you, and all you could see were the pieces that it was, and now you've made it your mission to unshatter people's plates on their businesses?
So at heart, I'm a nerd. And so one of the things that, or a couple of the things that I do to relax are to play Scrabble online, because nobody in real life will play with me, and do jigsaw puzzles.
Okay.
And so I think that my perspective in life is taking different pieces from what could be seen as disparate industries or different um, just perspectives or ideas in general, and placing them together to see how I could create a unique picture, bring something different into the world. And I think that that has always been how I am. I've always been a path maker. I sometimes, I don't see how to get out of a certain situation. Um, and then I just create one. And it's very different than the normal traditional road, but it works for me. And I can't be the only one. So I guess that's where it came from.
Okay. All right, that was clear. Sorry, trying to get my layers in order here. There we go. This one, let me see here. All right, so talked about your schooling history, how it got started, and now when I ask this, is you're someone who helps organize other people's businesses and get them straight, get them on the straight and narrow, but you have three businesses yourself. So are you efficient? Which I mean, I would
Absolutely not.
absolutely not.
So yes and no. So in my head, yes, but I don't need a VA yet or any employees, so it's not a problem. Next year will definitely be a problem, which is why I'm setting up my system slowly now, as I am finding new systems that I think will work for me. One of the things that I absolutely love about working with all the different clients that I have, because I have such a wide array of clients in different industries. So I have artists like you. I have someone who has 3 brick and mortar music studios, but I also have coaches and like executive coaches and spiritual coaches and a transformational leadership company. Um, and so they're very, very different in the products and services that they produce in the world. Um, and so being able to research the different systems that are now out there, because as I'm sure you're aware, technology grows lightning speed now. And so there's always something new. And so I get to play around and find systems that work for other people. But as I'm looking for systems for other people to support their businesses, I get to also kind of play around and see if it would work for mine. So by hopefully next year, early January, February ish, I will have my systems super organized like I want you to have yours.
Alrighty. I hope these colors are meeting your satisfaction.
So far, I'm a sucker for purple. I tried to put on a virtual background, but for some reason it's not letting me. And I was trying to do a purple background for you. So nope, it's I'm liking that grape color.
Okay, so going from that, and so what is your process for picking clients to work with? How do you decide what clients you're going to work with, and where do you find them?
Oh, so I absolutely love this question. One of the things that is really important for me is for me to be able to see your passion ooze out from you. If I don't see that passion when you're talking, you're not for me.
Mm,
I have to be able to see that because that's what feeds me, that's what connects with me. And if your passion is dulled, we need to fix that. Either you're not doing the right business, or you're so checked out that I'm not sure I can help at that point. And so, even if you're struggling, even if you are, everything's amazing and you're bursting at the seams and needing to scale up and scale out, I just have to see that passion. Whatever you're doing now, I'm loving. I don't know what just happened, but that's amazing.
mm. So why is that a thing for you? Why is your preference a passionate client?
So, because when you have a passionate client, for me at least, I have noticed that you're more excited to try new things. And chances are you've tried all of the traditional advice, and you've seen that it doesn't work. And my methods are completely different than anybody else's. So I still do process mapping and those type of things and tools, but the way that we create your processes are completely different. And so we start with a few assessments so that I can put language around your authenticity. Once I have that concise language where you understand what I'm talking about and I understand what you're talking about. And these assessments are actually data driven. They're scientifically proved. And when I say proved, I have to be careful with my science community. What I mean by that is that they've had um, the experiments, the data, scientific metrics, those kind of things. I'm not trying to bore anybody with how the scientific method is applied to assessments, but it has been applied to the assessments, and it's had some success for several years. So science is really important to me. So everything I do is data driven, whether it is in the business science or science. And so that language actually helps me to pinpoint the types of processes, systems, and workflows that will and won't work for who you are and your natural ways of working. And we also use that to determine your first new hire with me. And so the reason that's the passion is important is because I need to be able to have that communication about what makes your thing unique and special, and why that is important to the process. Otherwise, if your passion it's just to make money, then the traditional way should be just fine for you.
Okay.
Does that make
Cool.
sense?
That does. I understand that. I hear that. All right. So, how do you deal with setbacks? I've worked
Ooh.
with you before. Currently working with you now, and I know you have a lot of what is that? Stones in the oven. I don't know what the phrase
Mm-hmm.
is, but you got a lot of them going on, and you put a lot of time, you put a lot of value, you put a lot of patience and focus into each one of these things. How do you, as a creative, deal with setbacks when those things don't go the way that you want them
Oh, so I rage out like you did in the very beginning of this.
to?
I definitely call. I have, certain friends and people that I'm close to that, depending on what the issue is, I definitely will call Royd out for a moment.
Hmm.
And then that way I get it all out and I can clear that energy so that I can go into solution mode. And then sometimes, honestly, putting it down and walking away for a bit is the best thing because I believe that sometimes things don't work out because there's something in the background working and marinating for you
Hmm.
so that it's stopping you to slow you down a bit. So sometimes if I can't figure out a way, I just take it as the universe is saying, hey, this isn't for you at this moment. And that doesn't mean that it's not for me tomorrow. It just means in this moment, I need to divert my attention to something else. And then sometimes I just hide under my weighted blanket and I watch Bob's Burgers for hours. And a
Bob's
lot of times,
Burgers.
yes. Are you sleeping on that Bob's Burgers? That's my show. That's definitely my show.
I mean, we're entitled to all of our things. I've never been a Bob's Burgers fan.
I just don't understand.
Animation doesn't look good.
I mean, but the story's hilarious.
Uh,
The kids are ridiculous.
some of those kids are. Ooh, I've tried to watch it with my
Okay.
kids. So
Okay. So I need you to watch specific episodes. And if you
oh,
still don't
here
like
we
those
go.
specific episodes, then I'll be okay. And like, okay, this might not be for you.
Okay, you're one of those.
Yes, I am one of those.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine.
Because I still
Uh,
skip episodes.
I like the passion there. Let's see here. If I get that closed off. All right.
I like the purple line. Like that color purple is perfect.
But like I said, I heard you're a fan of this color, purple. So I figured because we're doing something different. I've never colored anything like this before. I mean, I've never drawn anything like this before on Chat and Draw. So I know part of your experience is a coloring book with these type of images in them. So can you connect the dots for us with an image like this and how it plays a factor in your business consulting and business building?
Yeah. So for me, a lot of people believe in work life balance. I do not believe in that. I believe in work life integration.
Mhm.
And what I mean by that is not necessarily to be a workaholic where you only work and that's your life. I mean that work should be fun. And when you're having fun, a lot of times it's productive. And so these these images that I'm putting in my coloring book for people to use as active meditation tools while that you're repeating a mantra, whether it's aloud or silently to yourself, it actually helps you focus. And the doing this will and having certain images that are more, I'm a very woo woo person. And so when I have
Mhm.
more woo woo images in there, it actually triggers your RAS, your reticulator activating system. That's a part of your brain that filters all information. And so it actually lets you know what is important and it brings your focus and attention to it. And it also builds your neuroplasticity. So, neuroplasticity is how your neural pathways in your brain actually connect and function and form. And so, for example, if you are building muscle memory, you are also making sure that you're going on. Some of this stuff is like autopilot, right?
Yeah.
And so when things become perfunctory, you want to make sure that the things that are becoming second nature to you, where you don't have to really have your active thinking on, you are drawing opportunities to you and that you are able to actually recognize as opportunities. Does that make sense? I know I threw a bunch of big words in there, but that's part of why these are some of the images that I have chosen. So, for example, she is sitting in not quite a lotus position, but she also is sitting with mudras, which is how your fingers and hands are. There's different mudras for different meditations. And
Uh-huh.
so that imagery hopefully will start building in space in your brain, space in your energy, where you are wanting to be more active in your meditation. Whether your active meditation is literally working or moving while you're meditating, or just being more prone to taking time out to pour into yourself in that way. So I'm hoping it's used as visual cues for you.
Okay. All right. Cool beans. I will say I am a bit relaxed while doing this. I am, trying to put my spin on it, but just coming in here and just playing with some color. I am a bit relaxed at that.
And you're in the moment. A lot of times when you're in stress mode, at least for me, I'm either thinking and ruminating about what happened and thinking about how I could have done something, or I'm living in the future. And a lot of times when you're living in the past or living in the future, you are you can't do anything about either, right? You have no control over it. When you're in the present moment, it actually changes how your body, your physiology, um, are impacting you at this moment. So your cortisol levels come down when you are meditating or when you are purposefully relaxing. So there's a lot of physiological. Now I'm not a doctor, so this is the best I can explain it without going into all the science where I might get it wrong. But for me specifically, it has definitely been one of those things that has actively helped me to reduce my stress, because I have so much stress where it affects my actual body. And so I remember when this was 2020. I think it was like June or July. I was going into the store and I was about to lose my shit. Like, I didn't know what my issue was, but I was just upset and angry. And this mantra had come to me. And so as I was grocery shopping, I just repeated this mantra to myself as I was grocery shopping. Nobody heard me, nobody saw that I was doing this. And by the time I walked out of the grocery store, I was on cloud nine. Nobody could say, like, I wasn't upset anymore. Um, I wasn't tense. And when I got back home, I looked up what just happened. And it was a form of active meditation that I've never heard of before. And I'm hoping that with uh, appearances like this and my coloring book and the other processes that people are able to participate in or create for themselves, will kind of not just bring awareness, but normalize this type of self-care for your everyday life.
All right. All right. Well, that's very cool. I like how you kind of like almost stumbled into that, and then made you go home and do research and figure out what it was at the same time. So,
I mean,
um,
are you surprised?
not really. I just like how it happened,
Yeah.
how that just folded out and happened to be. But yeah, so okay, so we have that going on. So is which one is the ship, the main frontier, your enterprise? Which business is the core, and how do they branch out?
So I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur, and so when you ask me the core or the main, there's no such thing. And so I, like most people, are multi-dimensional. We have lots of different interests and passions, and so I have companies for different purposes. So Quick Candor Consulting is my one-on-one business. I love being able to dive deep into my client's business and what makes them tick. And that's not something I would want to try and figure out how to do on a one to many level. And so I want to keep Quick Candor as a one to one business. However, I also don't want to spend my life trading money for time. And I understand the importance of passive income, but I also understand where I want to be able to unleash my creativity a little bit more in tangible ways. And, growing up, I never thought that I was creative at all because I can't draw, I can't sing, not great at playing music. Um, and so I just thought I wasn't creative. And as I get older, I realize that's not true. I just don't have the hand for it. The ideas that I have are very creative, and the with AI becoming so much more accessible now, I'm able to bring new things into the world that I never thought I could do before. And so, for that side of me, and for the passive income, and for being able to make a larger impact globally, is where Picky and Pamper comes in. And so, Picky and Pampered is where I will be having workshops as well as apparel or items for sale. So, I collaborate with other heart centered creatives and entrepreneurs for Picky and Pampered. For example, I'm working with someone right now who creates candles, cellulite candles, and she hand pours with sage in them and bringing these very unique kind of candle containers out into the world. So her stuff will be on my site. I'm working with this amazing jewelry artist. He works with gemstones and precious stones, and he is amazing. He has um, some convertible earrings and some things like that. He also has some a mandala art that we will be selling. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I actually have another client who uh, is doing some more creative stuff. I don't want to bore your people because this isn't. Uh, oh, can't hear you, Watson.
You're not boring our people. This is your business. We are promoting all creatives on the Chat and Draw show. So learning more about this is, it's something different and something new. And I'm using your services to help me get my business structure sound. So there may be other creators that can use that content as well. Don't come on here doubting yourself. Go ahead and this is your floor. This is your time.
Well, thank you. So why don't you tell
Yes.
people what the impact is for Quick Candor Services on either Chat and Draw or whatever Most Epic has his hands in?
All right. So one of the first things that you help get me started on is creating my email list and keeping that organized where it's like it's done by itself pretty much. So all I have to do is take my QR code, make sure they scan it, and then all the instructions are there for them to fill out their name, their email, and think like the social media that they prefer, whatnot. And once that is done, hold on, sorry. Once that is done, it's Zoho.com. It goes to my Zoho account, keeps them, saves them in a list that I've already pre-made for whatever. Like if it's a comic pitch convention and I wanted to start an email list based off that convention, that list is already made. So that person goes into that email list and that list for me, and they're always there. And I can, organize it and tells me what they do, what the email is, and what they're into, like what social media they prefer to be reached out to. Then once that is set onto Zoho and it's saved automatically in that list, it generates a command to my email to send an email to them, which gives them all the information for Chat and Draw, the directions on what they need to do to apply to be on Chat and Draw, and captures all that for me. And I don't have to, like, I normally have to go home, write their email, type their email in there, write up an email specifically for them, and or talk to them on Instagram or talk to them on Facebook, and and then wait for their response or whatnot. This, like, once they scan that QR code, I'm completely hands off, and then I just get email notifications of people wanting to be on the show, and like that was very, very slick and very, very nice. And I don't have to, I don't have to worry about all that. So setting that stuff up, and showing me how to use Chat GTP to help me with my writing, as far as like capturing all the information for Freestyle Comics, what FSK is, how I talk when I'm typing, and how to clean that up. But then once I have something, and if I'm not sure about it, I can rate it and get advice on how to make it a stronger poll, to make it a stronger post. Um, Organizing and applying the same thing to like our email blasts and things like that. So it's been, and LinkedIn. We're streaming on LinkedIn for the first time because of you. Because that, if you weren't telling me to get on LinkedIn, this stream would not be happening for the first time on LinkedIn. So it's kind of like appropriate that you are the first guest on our LinkedIn stream that's happening right now, which is like, I'm just looking over here like, yeah, really, yeah, we're streaming on LinkedIn, and to be on LinkedIn and to use its services and show me how to look for people in the art industry, and to engage with them and how to engage with them, and coming up with a plan for doing this type of thing. And um and and here I am, over almost 200 connections on LinkedIn after 2 weeks, and now I'm streaming on there after 2 week old conversation with you. So those are some of the things. Andrew, it does not get you a spot on a Chat and Draw. It just gets the commission done. Yeah, so those are just some of the things, and like, you've helped me out with planning and organizing the events to get stronger impact. And one keynote was like, who is the customer I'm looking for, which you already should know what kind of customer you're looking for, but you wanted me to focus on one specific person who, thinking back on who is a customer you think that I've impacted the most, or had the most impact with Freestyle Comics and our work, and and having that conversation. So, and figuring out who that person was, and kind of keeping them as my north star when I engage and create content and things.
Awesome. Well, I'm very excited that it has been helpful for you so far. So I'm excited to see what you do next.
Oh yeah, we're about to get on with that library next.
Yes, that would be nice. Do I get a finder's fee?
Yes. Yeah, you do. Yeah, of course. Alrighty. Okay. So now, you did say you are a bit of a nerd. I know we've had some conversations about some shows and stuff. So what are you into? What are you watching right now?
So I think it's going to be disappointing for your audience. If I'm not watching Bob's Burgers, I'm watching murder shows or cop shows or something to do with that. So I was watching Interrogation Cam earlier today. When I got tired of that, I love, love, love watching people be in their genius zone and push themselves out of their comfort zone. And so today I have been watching Restaurants at the End of the World. So it's a chef who goes to different remote areas and learn how they bring these unforgettable and unique yet authentic dishes to people. I love shows like Farm Dreams, where there's someone who's similar to the role that I would play, where she goes and she's had her own farm. She goes in and helps other people have the type of farm, and impact that they are wanting to have for themselves and their family and their community. Things like Forged by the Fire or Face Off, the makeup show, where people are trying to put themselves out there and really live in their passion. Those are typically the shows that I watch. So
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. We all have our thing. So uh, I've watched a murder show or two myself. Carmen is a big fan of those. Let's see here. I think this is the one that I used. All right. So, have you been to any movies lately?
no, I've been so busy with the said three three companies.
I can imagine.
No, I haven't. I haven't watched any, like, gone to the actual movies. We started Bad Boys, the new one, recently, and then I haven't finished it yet. So hopefully, I'll be able to finish that this weekend. I didn't even realize they had a new Bad Boys until I saw it on Netflix. So, or
Wow.
Prime or
You,
whatever it is.
you must be extremely focused if you did not know that there was not a new Bad Boys movie out. That's
Yeah, how
crazy.
many Bad Boys are there now? Is it like three or four?
It's four. It's four.
I feel like I feel like I've seen all of them. I just don't remember all of them. Like, I remember the first one, obviously. I remember Bad Boys 2. Now, is Bad Boys 2 the one with Gabrielle Union? Or is that the third
Yes.
one? Okay. So what was the third one then?
The third one was them being older. Uh, and that's where Mike had a son that he did not know about.
Okay, so I missed one. So I haven't seen that because I thought that this Bad Boys 4 one was the first entry of this son. And I'm like, where is this son? And I was getting very frustrated. So I missed a Bad Boys. What Bad Boys is that?
Yeah, where his baby mama came after him and she turned her son against him, and he didn't know he had a son. And so this is when their old age is actually starting to catch up with him because his son is a much younger, lethal version of Mike, and he's got to come to face with that.
Okay, so I missed a Bad Boys.
Yeah,
What is
you
that
missed.
Bad Boys? So the last Bad Boys I remember, I thought they went to Cuba,
They
or
always
was
going to
that
Cuba.
okay?
They just Cuba is the thing that they go to.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I don't. I need to backtrack and Google the other Bad Boys then.
Yeah. Oh well, no, it's on. I think it's on Amazon or whatnot. But yeah, the new one, the new one is on Netflix.
Okay. So I will stop watching that new one and backtrack to figure out who this kid is.
Yeah, his kid is a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, all right. So we got this almost done here. I can't figure out what to do with the face. But I think I guess it just might be cool just to keep the rose pattern going. Just hit it up with a different color. Let's see what that
Looks like you're
gets.
getting some traction in your messages.
Kyron, what's up, buddy? How you doing? And Kyron, I know we keep missing each other. We have to sit down and talk about the collaboration.
Ooh, I want to hear about a collaboration.
Well, Kyron and Danny J. Quick are the creators of the Beam Awards, which we were
Oh,
the 2023 co-publishers of the year of at Freestyle Comics. Um, and this year we are working with them with FSCon virtually and the Beam Awards happening on the same day. So we are working
that's
together.
that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. There we go. Oh,
You as well, Kyron.
there we go. There we go. We'll go ahead and keep it like that. And then, yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. We can, yeah, there she is. In all her holistic glory right there. All right, so this is yours to keep. This is yours. You
Thank
can
you.
do whatever you want to do with this. This is very interesting, something challenging for me to do, something not normally done on the show. I had to figure out how to do this thing up here. Nominations for the Beam Awards are still open, so people can submit at fourtailspodcast.com. Yes, I actually have to put in my nominations because I have not done that yet. So, yes, they are coming. They are still good to the end of this month. Get your nominations in. Boom. All right. Well, Dominic, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you at. What is? Oh, can you give us the website? Let's post the website in the chat. Thank you,
Oh,
Kyron.
okay. Yeah, so as you said before, I have multiple businesses, and so I have a hub for people to go to so that they can actually see all of the offerings, and it's like a choose your adventure. If you want to go to work, if you want to go to well-being, if you want to go to integration. And so the integration is where I create retreats that bring together professional and personal and merge them together. And so I am currently working on my retreat for Curacao in April of 2026. So I'm really excited about that. I'm
Okay.
actually going to be at the Gift of Light Expo um, in beginning of November. And so that will fall under the holistically heart-centered as well as an event. So I don't know. I've never been on Restream before,
You
so
can
I'm
just
not
send it to me in the private message on
okay.
Restream, and then I'll copy and post it. Yeah, all right. So we got all the information. And look, like I can recommend not just saying this because she's on my show, but yes, she's been doing a lot to help me and FSK get organized and have better systems and thought processes for executing our mission of trying to be one of the strongest comic book labels out here, showcasing our stories of our diverse, epic characters. Um, and like she's not afraid to get her hands dirty. Like we have like 4 or 5 hour work sessions while we're working on the things that we're doing, and like she's asking me all these questions that make me look at things differently, or how to engage, how I can engage future items and stuff like that. Even as just a sounding board, because she's not necessarily into comic books or the comic business, just as a sounding board, bouncing ideas off of her and how you work and how you do things, and hearing her input is very effective and very helpful. So reach out to her. There's her LinkedIn profile and her website where you can check out her stuff. I would like to, I'll get this emailed over to you.
Thank
But I want
you.
to thank you for coming on to the show. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I definitely enjoyed coloring this and figuring out how to color this and what I was going to do. This was lots of fun. I'm glad we were able to get you on here and being part of our first live stream on LinkedIn.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I do have a quick question.
Yeah,
Um, is Tony here yet?
Tony is here.
Fabulous. I'm going to stay on for a little bit longer if that's okay.
That's
Because I cannot
perfectly
wait.
fine.
I cannot wait. And then, and then the second one, if you had to tell people the most impactful thing, whether it's something that I've made you look at differently, your systems, what would that be? Like, if people were going to do that, what is the one thing that you would want them to know?
Making the one thing that I would say would be the most impactful is making me pause, because I'm very quick from my hip. I like to holster my gun and just go ahead and shoot it as soon as an idea comes in my head. Uh, but you have been very, very good in slowing me down and making me look at options and reevaluate before I launch off. And I think that's been very important.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's always very hard for me to tell people what I do because it's so custom and so different. So, hey,
Right.
well, thank you so much.
No problem. Well, let's go ahead and bring this fellow out here, this young
Yes.
man out here.
Wait a second. A new opponent has interrupted the tournament.
Hey,
What
Tony
up?
Klapper, T Clap, Mr.
What is
Fivestar
good?
is in the building right now. How you doing, Tony?
I am living the dream, dog. I'm
All
on
right.
Chat and Draw. My favorite show.
Oh, my heart, it bumbles. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Uh, did you get Kim's wings? Tony was in Cleveland.
man, I didn't, and here's why.
Oh, you could have door dashed it, Tony.
That's true. Here's why though. They fed me for free the entire trip, dog. So the company paying for food. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna. I just ate whatever they were providing, man.
But it's not. It's the taste, the experience is what I was
I
trying to
get
give
it.
you, Tony.
I know. It's on my list.
It's
I'll
on
be back
your
in
list.
Cleveland.
Hey, I'm going to Cleveland Friday. What am I supposed to be going to? What is
You
this?
There you
need
go.
to get Kim's wings.
Okay.
It is on St. Clair. They have the best wings ever. You can either order some wings dry or with barbecue sauce. I recommend a couple dry, a couple with barbecue sauce, but I also recommend a Polish boy. It is a Polish smoked sausage that they grill with barbecue sauce, fries, and coleslaw on the top. It is you don't know, you don't think that those combinations go together, but they do. And I'm glad I brought this up. You people in
Uh-oh.
Columbus, Ohio, who like to write on your food trucks, Cleveland Polish boys, stop it. Because you don't know nothing about a Cleveland Polish boy. I have been fooled by three of you, and it will not happen anymore. I see this on your truck, and my hopes get up. And I'm like, is this a genuine person from Cleveland, Ohio, that knows about the Polish boy? And then I get up there, and I'm like, oh, you from Cleveland? No, I'm from Atlanta, but I got family in Cleveland. You don't know nothing, man. Your family do. You don't. And then you come in here, and I'm like, all right, man, whatever. Let me see what this Polish boy is. Let me see it. Let me get it. And I get this Polish boy, and it's this cute, fancy dressed sausage dog. And I'm like, it's not supposed to be cute. It's not supposed to be pretty. You're supposed to slap that dog in there, wrap the bun around it, put the coleslaw on it, stuff the fries in it, slather it with some barbecue sauce, and then you take the foil. And you wrap that son bitch. You wrap it and you compound it so the juices all get in there. So when you open it, oh,
There it is.
there it is. But you come here with your nice crisp foil in your little box, and it's like 6 fries on top of it, and the coleslaw's been neatly applied. And I don't even think y'all are using the right smoked sausage. But stop tagging my city with Polish boys because you don't know how to make them.
I've never even heard of this.
Exactly.
Sounds like Andrew ain't never heard of it either. So
He
Yeah.
hasn't. Look,
no,
they're
he
delicious.
said what it is.
They are delicious.
I don't know. I was in Beechwood. I don't know how close or how far it is to.
Oh, that's where I'm
that's
going.
about a 30, 35 minute ride. But like I said, you could DoorDash it. You could DoorDash it.
Right.
You could absolutely DoorDash it. And you'll be getting the wings fresh. Fresh. You can't beat that. But look, hold up. Let me see. I'll put myself up here. I mean, we're not even dressed right. Let's get dressed. Boom. 5-star, baby. The 5-star Kickstarter. While I set up the screen to showcase these colors, Tony, go ahead and tell them about why is this issue so pivotal?
Okay, I will take it away. Thank you for the introduction, my good friend. 5-star 3 is pivotal because it is a turning point for Kevin Terry. It is issue 2 we left on a huge cliffhanger. He finds out that his friend who had cured him from cancer and gave him these powers but died in the process. He thought he just died from an accident in that process, but we find out that he was actually murdered.
Yes.
And that holds a whole lot more weight because now it's like, okay, these superpowers and stuff, this stuff is real. Like, he was murdered, not only for me to have a second chance at life, but now I have these powers. I can't be playing around with these powers. I gotta make it count. I gotta figure out. I have an obligation now to do something really important with these powers and figure out who murdered my friend. And you're gonna see that weigh on him, and you're gonna see how it kind of affects his mood, how it affects the whole team that he's working with, and it's just not a game anymore. It's not like, oh, check out these powers, you know, yeah, my friend died, but like I'm a superhero. Like, oh, there's like real stakes on the line here. And
Real stakes on the line. That's what I like. So I was very impressed with this issue, because now we're getting to see some more of the characters surrounding Fivestar, and yes, we're showing these covers tonight, and I thought this was cool because now we already have Alex Remington into the FSK universe, who is basically described as our Lex Luthor. We've dropped a big bomb. Well, if we haven't revealed it yet in 13, 12 just came out. 13 is coming out before the end of the year. We're dropping a big bomb with Alex Remington in that issue, but we're also bringing in a new rival that has the opportunity to be a rival for Fivestar in more ways than one.
Yeah.
Especially if you see my cover that I drew,
Yeah.
and a potential rival for Remington in the tech business era of it. I mean, Dominique, you might need to be a part of both of these people and help them get their shit organized, as they have multifacets. But tell us about this new villain coming in to Fivestar.
Yeah, Miss Rose. She's somebody that's really had to work hard to get where she's at, and we haven't revealed too much of her backstory yet. And I don't want to put too much of it out there because I don't want to ruin it for anybody. Because the way that me, Mike, and Danny have really got to take the opportunity to write her in to the Hot Shot verse, I feel like people are really going to enjoy her character. But I think you can tell right off the gate she's a boss. She's a boss bee. You know what I mean? Like she ain't playing around. You can tell by just how she I feel like she just kind of take any page that she's in, she kind of takes it over, and she lets it be known like, you're in my world right now, and he's got to figure out, is she an ally, is she a villain, what's her role and everything. So as Mike put it, he's going into the wolf's den to kind of see, is she this cool, charitable, big shot, or does she know more about this murder than she's letting on? And he's got to not only, be thinking of that, but not get like wrapped up in like her real hospitality. She's real nice and real, this warm heart to him, and is real, inviting. And he's got to not get wrapped up in that. So that's what I like about it.
In other words, she's going to try to seduce Fivestar. All right?
Yeah.
She's going to try to. She wants to be in Fivestar's world. She wants to be a centerpiece in it. She wants him to be a centerpiece in her world, like a collection. And she's going to try to seduce him. And she figures the best way to do that is if he is on her arm and her shoulder, as a man thing. Who doesn't want to date a 5-star level superhero who can do literally anything with a flame?
Mm-hmm.
And then you also have this mega empire as a business person. So this is the Fish Lee cover.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan Robinson. I love it. It's classic. It's classic vintage. I've also put in a Fish Lee. I got a Fish Lee cover coming for a Hot Shot as well. I just love this. I think it's great. It showcases Fivestar as this hero and this kind of cocky dude. But then we have the interjection of a new villain asset here.
Yeah.
Then we have.
Can I just talk about? He surprised me with this cover actually, because this wasn't even something like when he first did this, it was just something that he sent me. He's just like, hey, check. I just was trying to. I wanted to do something cool, and he sent it to me. I'm like, bro, this is gonna be a cover. Like this is a cover. This is fire.
Absolutely. Then we have the Robert Nix cover, which I think is classic superhero cover. Fivestar looking down at the city and the city looking up at him. You can't nail a more vintage superhero classic pose. And this Robert Nix killed this. And it's so simple too, which is also aggravating because he's so good.
Yeah. The energy in there. I love the way he did the energy also.
Yeah. I just love that look, that stature. I'm looking down. The city Those city buildings are pretty dope. Kyron says that's fire, though a Kyron silver cover would be the most fire. Just saying, it would be. It would be. We got to get a Kyron cover on one of our books.
Kyron ain't nobody stopping you, bro. Like let's communicate. Let's make it happen.
You know what? I might get one for this next issue of Hot Shot. Let's see what Kyron can do with that one. Then we got the Ryan Robinson. I call this swatches slow glow. Yeah. That's that cover right here, baby. Ryan, what's up, Elijah? Ryan did his damn thing on this cover. That flame, the fire, the way he did the background, like the background isn't the focus, but the background is there. Yeah. And like I feel like Fivestar would give Jean Grey, Phoenix, a run for her money.
Yeah, the fun thing about Ryan is you can just tell Ryan to do you. And, you won't be disappointed. And he said, he even asked me, he said, do you have an idea or can I just do me? I'm like, bro, do you? I'm like, do you? I mean, for one, if you say it like that, then you must have something on your mind. So, like, do you? And the way that he just makes colors pop and jump off the page, and we've probably never seen an image like this of Fivestar with his power just looking so
elegant
and epic. Yeah, for sure.
And then the publisher cover. Hey, she said it's cold outside. Do you want to come in?
Hey, the weather outside is frightful.
I had so much fun with this cover when I knew what she was trying to do, that she was trying to seduce Fivestar. I'm sorry, I had to go for it. So classic, because you know the shots you always see with Lex Luthor in his office, in the window, in the reflection, you see Superman there waiting, just like Luthor, I know what you're up to. The caveat here is no Fivestar, you don't know what she's up to. This ain't about to be what you think it is, brother. So you need to put the shields all the way up. And I found this new brush on Cliff Studio that is the drip effect. It's a drip brush. So the glass has it. You see the reflection, the fire, and the buildings in the background. This cover was massively fun to do.
And it's another surprise. Like I'm used to when Michael draws a Fivestar cover, it's Fivestar looking powerful or Fivestar ready to handle business. And when he sent this, I'm like, yo, this is the cover that like I didn't know that I wanted, but now like I love it. Like I didn't ask for this rose cover, but now I love this rose cover, and it just adds like a different flavor and dynamic to the cover and to her character, and I just loved it so much. As soon as he sent it, I was like, damn, I didn't know I needed this.
and this is exactly where Into the Wolf's Den. That's where it came from, because that's where he's going into. He doesn't realize he's dealing with the wolf. Just because she doesn't have any power does not mean that she is not powerful, and she is going to be very much a powerful force within this series.
For sure.
And then this new one that I did not know about that punched me out of left field that was dropped this week and revealed. The Ren McKenzie, I guess in time for the NBA season, y'all. The Fivestar dunking on Hot Shot. Had no idea this cover was in the works. And this is really cool. Ren, my brother, which it's wild. Let me tell you a story. Hold on. Hey, Carmen! let me tell you a story. I came home and saw this. I immediately rolled my eyes when I saw this in the chat. I gave no glaze.
He did.
There was no glaze.
He wrote his eyes in a meme. I was like,
come here. I went home and I called Ren and I cussed him out because the cover looks amazing and he's my brother, but he was paid to do this, so he had to do this, which is crazy. Just hold on 1 second. I'm coming to your part. Then I got home. Wait, no. So Ren tells me while I'm on the face chat with him, yeah, I told your nephew what Tony had me do, and your nephew. Dare was like, ain't Mike the publisher? Don't Mike own FSK? He publishes all the books. And Ren was like, yeah. And then Dare was like, no, Dad, that's disrespectful. Why'd you help him do that? That's what Dare said. So then I came home, and my daughter Mila is the first one to get home. I showed her the cover. She looked at it and put her glasses back on, and looked at me and was like, "That's wild, Dad. That's wild." Then my next two kids came home, AJ and Logan, and I showed them, and Logan had her hands in her hair like frozen, and AJ couldn't find the words until she just was like, "That's wild. That is wild right there." And Logan was like, "That's diabolical."
Diabolical.
Then my son came home.
Hey, Watson.
Yeah.
Move the FSK. Nobody can see your mannerisms.
Oh, no one can see my manners.
Yeah, they said move the Fivestar logo. They want to see you're too hyped right now. They want to see.
Yeah.
And then I showed my son, and my son just looked and put his hand over his mouth and was like, "Dad, I'm sorry." So finally, Carmen comes home, and I show Carmen, and she just looks at it, looks at me, looks at it, looks at me, and just is like, "It's been a wild day." Like, that was responsible. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't the one tripping, because this is a diabolical cover. Because the one sport outside of track that I played, like really, really played, like on a team, was basketball.
Yeah.
It's the game that I still occasionally get because, you know, the games are trash or whatever. But for Fivestar, like in this pose with such anger, with flame on the ball, flame upon the eye, and then I guess power is leaking from my eyes, which are tears. And, you know, I'm fully suited up and getting dunked on. And you can't even see it right here, but the detail in the damn net.
The net is crazy.
Yeah. It's maddening, these muscles and everything. So this is the Ren cover, Ren McKenzie. Ren McKenzie is taking over on Fivestar with issue 4. He's got 4 pages in issue 3 that are utterly fantastic.
Yeah.
Just some of the best penciling I've seen him done, and I'm not just talking shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
sure.
Here we are. What up, Mo? How you doing? And it's a great cover. It's a great cover because on the last Kickstarter I did the Goku and Vegeta back-to-back Kamehameha, which, you know, and then I did Dragon Ball Z, another homage cover on Hot Shot. So these kind of versus kind of interacting covers, they're fun, and it's something I want to continue, and I think this is great. I'm going to take a little bit of time to talk about Hot Shot for a second, though, because the Hot Shot Kickstarter is coming out after this, and I had Ren McKenzie making a cover. I killed that shit. Yeah. I told Ren to stop. Yeah. We're doing another cover. Luckily, he didn't get too far involved in it. So, Carmen, I want you to come see this. You can come over to this side now. I want Carmen to see this cover. You want to see this cover, Miles? Yeah. So, I was in the lab just thinking about this because Ren was also making fun of me.
Here we go.
Ain't no here we go. You started this. You started this. And so I've been sitting here in the lab, and you know what scene came into my head?
What?
Norman Osborn, Green Goblin, Spider-Man 1, Tobey Maguire edition. When Green Goblin was talking to Norman, and he said, "You go after the heart, Norman.
No,
the hearts."
I already know this is about to be wild.
Oh, it's about to be bad, Tony. It's about to be bad because we have that cover today.
It's
done.
I'm excited.
It's already dressed up and everything.
Oh, I would expect nothing less epic from you, sir.
And I know Tony's favorite anime.
Oh my God.
So
here we go.
I'm just gonna unveil this cover one time, and then we're gonna get back to Fivestar. But I thought, actually, this was Dominique's idea to show you today. That's why she's here.
Okay, that's why she wanted to stay on.
That's why she wanted to stay on, because this was her idea to show you. Let me make sure the screen
I thought she was
is
excited
big.
to see me.
Y'all ready?
You know, it's no.
I am. I'm so excited to see your expression about what's about to happen. I cannot wait.
Get the crowd clapping. Let's hype it up.
Oh!
Hey,
No.
Tony. You know what pose that is, don't you?
No, you did not give me the young shot treatment, dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Hot Shot's doing an over the shoulder look back. Let's go ahead and zoom
Yeah,
in on
zoom
that.
that up a little bit.
Is that it? Hold on. I'll just turn that.
Wow.
Boom.
Oh,
Oh,
got my
look at
man
the
to
cinders and the
fetal.
smoke.
Not the fetal position.
Hey, check out, and the fist is still glowing. The aftermath. Oh man. Ooh.
Problem, Ryan. You're right.
I make my own net.
Kirby said, "I make my own net." Yeah, that's a problem. It's a nice
problem.
little cover. That's a cover.
It's a beautiful cover.
You know, I know Tony loves Dragon Ball Z. It's one of his top tier favorite animes, and I knew he would immediately recognize the Yamcha.
Oh yeah. Damn. That's a lot to take in, sir.
I'm just
But
saying.
I love it. Look. Mike knows deep down I love this shit. Between me and him. Like, I love it. So that just makes me want, when Fivestar 4 comes out, I gotta go hard. I love it.
Yeah.
But you said mine was diabolical. That's just that's yeah. You always go epically above and beyond, and you do.
Hey, and I think my timeline, like I knew it immediately because Ren kept giving me shit about that cover. He kept giving me all the types of nonsense, and I was like, "Oh, I know what's gonna get him. I know what's gonna get him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit him with that Yamcha because everybody knows the Yamcha pose. Everyone knows this pose.
Yeah, for sure.
And
For sure.
I already got my other one lined up when you do 5-star 4. I already know what I'm doing for that one.
Oh wait, you're gonna do a disc cover to my character on one of my covers?
Oh yeah, I'm the publisher.
No.
I'm the publisher.
Nah,
So.
you can't do that. You gotta keep that shit on Hot Shot.
Hey, you want these variant covers, Tony? You want these variant covers?
He said no. Did he leave? Oh.
Nah, it's all good. I love it.
Mo, thank you so much, Mo. Look, go over to this campaign. Now that Ren McKenzie cover, it is complete fire, which is why I had to have Ren McKenzie again come back with complete fire.
Yeah.
You can go over to our campaign right now at fskgo.com. We're just a tad bit over 1,800. 3,000 is the goal with about 8 or 9 days left to go. November 1st is our last day. That's funding day. I need you guys to know and understand this. You don't have to have money in your account to pledge today.
No.
You have to have the money November 1st, though. November 1st, the campaign ends at 9:30 p.m. Tony and I are doing a live stream at about 8:30, 8:45. We're counting down the Kickstarter to end at 9:30. And guess what? After 9:30, I've made 3 of the pledge levels available after we fund. So you can still back it. So just have the money in your account by November 1st at 9:30 p.m. and it's copacetic. But pledge today so we can hit our goal. Pledge today.
We want to hit that goal.
Yeah.
And I want to say, from what you told me, I've been trying to be super intentional with my posts and picking the right images. And I've been like really thinking this stuff through. So I want to thank you for that because I've been like, no, not that image. That image don't make sense. Let me find something better. Let me intentionally talk to people about what I'm, trying to have them do. So I appreciate that. Now that I know that you were behind my back and giving Mike diabolical, crazy ideas, that's wild.
I'm sorry. No, sir. The only idea I had was to present it on live.
Oh,
he had already did that.
Okay.
I know he tried to throw me under the bus all the way. No, it was just when you were going to get to see it.
The cover was done a while ago. It was done 2 days after your cover, and I was like, I'm going to hold off on this.
I'm actually surprised it took this long for me to see it. I was because what's funny is like, and Mike can tell you this. This is real transparency. I messaged Mike and was like, too far? Like, did you not like it? Because he just left me like this, like eye roll, and then it was like silent, and I'm like, oh. Like,
Yeah, he
and
was
I
not
wasn't
happy.
like I know basketball is your sport, and I know these things, so I'm like, 5-star dunking on hot shot.
I mean, and it's a Kobe Bryant dunk too. It's like Kobe Bryant dunks are disrespectful. Every one of them.
No.
Yeah. Oh, I got a separate earful about it. So I'm like, I don't watch Dragon Ball Z, so I don't know what you're talking about. You're gonna have to show me.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, okay.
It's a well-known meme. Mike's really good at capturing those well-known memes. Let's not forget, he actually is the one who started this with, if we take it back, there's a picture that he took from my book of my character holding a picture. And in that picture, originally is the picture of him, of his best friend, and he's sad and feels remorse because he's thinking about his best friend's death. He photoshops a picture of Hot Shot into that frame and makes it the. You got it? I'm sure you got it. Why wouldn't you have it?
Oh, I don't know. That's somewhere in Facebook.
Oh, okay. And it's like it's the Wolverine, Jean Grey look is what he gave it, and it's like that then was super disrespectful. So since then, it's kind of been this little back and forth. But Mike, he's hard, man. He's hard to deal with. He's a problem out here.
So Watson, I have a question based on some of the comments in your stream. Are you going to have a reward tier for people who want to pledge and get on Chat and Draw for maybe the hot shot?
I mean, it sounds like that might need to be modified.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm doing a commission. I think that's what made Andrew decide to go with fish. Because I have a commission tier, and I guess we could make that a Chat and Draw episode.
That would be dope.
Yeah, I mean, let's I'll stew on it tonight.
And then I think there was another recommendation that Tony and Watson needs to do a real game of basketball.
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
Current. I don't know about that one, buddy.
I'll do it. Hey, he has to come up here to help pack his Kickstarter. I have a basketball hoop in my yard.
Let's do it. Sounds fun.
There we go. Kyron, can you Photoshop an image of me and Tony playing basketball together? And if we hit the Kickstarter goal, Tony and Mike will play basketball to a game. I don't know. It ain't gonna be a whole lot of points. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, it's like first to 5.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Since it's 5-star, we'll keep the points first to 5.
So is this going to be this Kickstarter's version of Midnight, whatever that was?
There it is.
Yeah,
that's exactly it.
If we
hit goal 1-on-1, me and Michael Watson going. And
we'll live stream it for everybody to see.
Yes, we will live stream it for everyone to see.
I might need to bring some popcorn.
It's gonna be ugly on my part, but it's okay. What are you doing now?
5-star, right? It's an emotional thing, finding out that your best friend has been murdered.
See, I don't even trust you though.
I've already.
It doesn't seem like that might be what you're doing. It seems like you might be doing something else.
Okay, so Tony, you have another question in the comments. If you had to put a temperature or power level on how powerful 5-star's flames were in this issue, what would that be?
Oh, in this issue, or I wonder if he's meaning on that cover, because on that cover, I think he put that in there close to the Ryan Robinson cover reveal. In that cover, man, they gotta. I don't even know the number to explain, but I mean, it's definitely the highest we've ever seen. I can imagine he's doing some real damage with that power level. over 9,000. They would say in Dragon Ball Z. Maybe God tier. I don't know. That power level. We ain't seen 5-star yet in the book with that power level. That was Ryan showing you guys like a future, what the future might look like when the big bad come around. What's up, Andrew? By the way, man, I feel like I ain't talked to you or seen you in forever. So I'm glad that you're on here.
Yeah, Andrew's been kind of off the internets. He
Yeah, off
comes
the
on.
grid.
He comes online to get first place on pledges, to
Yeah,
pledge first, and then disappears again.
yeah. It was funny because I was thinking that like, man, I haven't heard from Andrew in a while, and then like, boom, he's like, you know, he hits the Kickstarter, and I'm like, there he is. But I haven't seen you. It's good hearing from you.
Yeah, I feel like with this is the moment. Like we end it with like this big shocked face on 5-star, and I feel like he went back to his room. He saw the picture, and my man just got emotional again. Like that
Yeah,
was his boy. It wasn't. It was. It's not just a sacrifice now. Somebody took him out,
yeah,
and he couldn't do anything about it. All this power, all this power, and he couldn't do nothing about it. He was there asleep as someone killed his boy, who sacrificed his life to get him cured.
right. It's a moment of he did something remarkable and saved my life and gave me a second chance at life. But at the time that he needed me, I wasn't there.
Right.
So that's just a lot of weight on the character. And I know there's, we might not all have situations like that, but we have situations where we haven't been there for somebody when they needed us, or we might have let somebody down close to us. And so I think a lot of people can relate to that. I mean,
Hmm.
we've all been there.
Oh, I
Um,
think so for sure.
and I think with 5-star, I mean, like I said, we've kind of seen him have this more like cockier feel to him, and this is like the first. There were some highs and lows in issue in two. He got to work with other heroes, and he got to save the day, and finding out this at the end really was a bombshell. So it was really there's a lot of highs and lows of that of issue two, and so we get the kind of repercussions of that with issue three.
But I think that's cool because issue two I think is issue two of 5 stars one of the best issues I think we did, especially with the integration of it into the FSK universe. That
For
casual
sure.
crossover with Heroes International coming in, and then if you read Hot Shot 12,
Yeah.
5 stars in there as well. So like that's what we
Mhm.
do with our characters. We don't announce any crossovers that are just what we feel these are our casuals. This is going to happen because these characters interact with each other. So you are going to see other characters in other people's books and things like that. But when we do actually say, like for instance, what's coming up is our big event is the Zero Event Emergence. That's going to be a crossover through like 7 of our titles, and that's going to be a big deal because this is a world event that is happening when all these books cross over. But 5 stars showing up in Hotshot for a meeting to go over what happened in 5 star number 2, where Heroes
Yeah.
International came in to help because Hotshot left because he was going through his emotions. Like that's just stuff you're going to see on a regular basis, and these
Yeah.
interactions between 5 star and Hotshot are going to keep happening.
Yeah. Their banter. Their banter in comics is similar to mine and Mike's banter outside of the comics with these covers. So it's just fun to keep that alive, you know, in the covers, in the pages. Um, but just know though, when that actual team up does happen eventually, it's gonna be lit.
Yeah, like we feel like we need to have. I mean, we are going to have these characters team up as casuals, things like that. But when these two characters interact off of each other in Emergence, which, like I said, is going to be in all the books or whatnot, it's going to be a very serious issue when they come together and use their powers because they're both heat synced superheroes.
Right. And
And
they
I'm
both have
just
like
No,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say they both. It's funny because like we worked together when we first came up with these characters. Obviously, like Mike came up with Hot Shots, long ago, and me coming up with Fivestar. But like in a way, like their powers are emotionally based, so it only makes sense for the both of them to like have those emotions against each other because they both feed off their emotion to get their power. Uh, in a way, I'm assuming right with Hot Shot. I mean, the stronger he gets, the more emotional he is. Michael, right? The stronger he is because he's like taking in more power.
Well, it's more like he snaps or he's having an emotional moment. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the
Okay.
emotions are pouring out, which are I would kind of compare it more so to
Hulk.
not Hulk, but that's a good one. I
Thank
would
you. So I
say
get points.
you get points for that.
Good point. That was
Uh,
good.
I would say it's more like Deku when
Okay. Yeah.
Deku gets emotional and he has the tears pouring out and he goes to that he pulls something out of that final 10%.
Yeah.
Just like when he was fighting Muscular, and he already did 100% Detroit Smash, but when
Yeah.
that little boy's life was in danger, when he was about to kill, when he says, "I'm gonna kill this little kid,"
Yeah.
and Deku is there, and he gets up from the scorpion and he hits him with 1,000,000% smash with
Yeah.
a broken arm. Yeah,
Right.
it's like that.
For sure. So they both already have that like attachment with that. Like that's part of their power. So it's gonna be fun. It's fun like having these two characters do these soft crossovers and kind of building up to this big thing that we're doing and
Yeah,
creating this relationship between not only just these two but all the characters.
yeah, because I like
And
how. And like I said, I feel like this sketch right here, because I've already drawn Tony's cover, so the cover would be ready for the Kickstarter. But I just feel
yeah,
like this sketch is, if you remember off of issue 2, Fish Lee drew an amazing like
crazy. Yeah,
shocked face of Fivestar when he heard the truth about it being a murder. And I could just imagine like after he gets that news, he walks back into his room, he sees the photo, he picks it up, and he just balls it up and he just starts crying. Like
yeah,
the weight of not being there. No problem at all. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'm glad you got to stay on and we got to talk about your business and things
yeah,
like that. And you got to see a little bit of this action.
yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like you had a couple of lines and now it's a person. And that's
Yeah.
amazing.
I love watching it too.
So it was nice seeing you again, Tony. Nice meeting
You too.
everybody. I am way past my bedtime, so I'm going to bed.
All
Thanks
righty.
for having me. Bye,
See ya.
everyone.
But yeah, I think this is definitely the emotion here that he would have.
Yeah,
Definitely.
like cloak behind the door though. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right, like not in front of people. This is his like. I mean, we're talking about not only like this is. I mean, this guy's pretty much was his brother. I mean, they lived together
yeah.
since they were children. Um, so we all have those relationships, and just imagining knowing that in a way what he was doing to save your life cost him his life, and you weren't able to do anything about that, but you know that you had the power to, but you just weren't able to. So
Right. So think about how that sharpens your will. You know what I'm saying? Like what we're gonna see from Fivestar as far as him like being laser focused, like, oh, I'm gonna find this person. Like there
right,
is no getting away from like I was just like, this rec center dude who, helped the community and I was, playing basketball with the kids. I have superpowers now. I'm,
yeah,
I'm like I'm on a different level. There's nowhere this person can hide. There's nowhere this
yeah,
person can run. Like it ain't like this. He saved my life. He cured my cancer,
yeah,
and I got superpowers from it. Yeah, dude, whoever did this is in trouble. That's
yeah,
the problem.
for sure in trouble. Um, you know, so it's fun to take Five Star into this new place. Um, and see where it goes, see what happens with it, and then another big part of the issue is introducing his first like supervillains that he fights against with the Frost
Yeah,
Gang.
let's talk about them. Explain who
So
they are.
so the Frost Gang, I've always liked like the cheesy like ice villains in like you got Captain Cold, you got Mister Freeze, they got their ice gun, that sort of thing. I like those guys, and Mike will tell you I'm a big like I forget the way you worded it the one time, but I like all the underdogs in stories, the guys that don't have chances, like just the there's a lot of times where I'm like, yeah, that's my favorite character. Mike's like, why do you like that guy? Like but so for me, I was trying to think of how I can put my own spin on that, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make it like not one person, but three people in there. There's the Frost Gang, and they get to play the numbers game, and that's what makes them scary. Is that there's not one of them, there's three of them, and you got to watch for all three of them. Um, and that was kind of like my unique take on like that Frost villain. Um, and Fivestar's got to pay attention because it's not just one villain; it's three villains, and how well they work together, and they've been
Right.
working together. Um, so I think that's fun to have that dynamic and all this training this far. I mean, he's got to focus. He's in there for this reason. Um, he's in there for the reason of figuring this, the murder out. But then all of a sudden, boom, three villains come along, and it's a lot. And he's got to kind of quiet the voices in his head and get focused and get locked in and you know figure it out. So they get to play the numbers game on him. And Fishley killed it. Even on that cover, he killed the designs. He killed the designs in the book. They look really cool.
Yeah, Fish. Like I said, Fish. I absolutely. Fish did his damn thing on that cover. I think he's really good at just like bringing you that vintage classic
Yeah,
comic book cover. And he can hit all the P's and Q's, and then once all that is determined and he's got it, then we're talking about like, all right, now go look at Fishley's detail. Like look at what he's putting into the background and things like that. Like I said, like I feel like issue 2 is one of the best issues that Fish has ever drawn.
yeah,
With some of the things and emotional pages that he has put down on there.
yeah. I agree. I agree. He captured a lot of emotion. Like I was saying before, issue 2 is an emotional roller coaster of highs and lows, and it's full of emotion. We see Five Star go from like the super angry to kind of lightweight getting checked by Commander Marcelo,
Yeah,
and then getting hit with that surprise shock look on that last page, and like Fish just killed capturing all that emotion. And I think and Mike as an artist can attest to this. Like it's one thing to write the story and have it, but like even in Hot Shot 12, like the story could have been one way, but like that emotion that Mike didn't capture with Hot Shot and what he's feeling towards his stepdad and whatnot, like if he didn't capture all that, then and as an artist, like it just wouldn't have been there for the reader. So it's important to have that emotion because you can just visually see it and feel the pain that they feel. So definitely takes a good artist to pull off that emotion.
thanks, man. I appreciate that, and we might have a we might have a print for you out of this one right here.
I know I'm looking, I'm like, what do we got going on here? It's giving me that iconic Hush Batman and Superman look where they're both there's like an iconic Batman where he's on the gargoyle and he's looking out, and then on the opposite side there's a Superman on a rooftop and he's looking out very similar to me.
Yeah,
I believe that's from the Hush.
yeah. No, it is. It is. You're right.
Um, so yeah, that looks absolutely fire. But that cover that you had Rendu, man, that's wild. That was a that was a true Mike Watson most epic special right there.
I mean, I had to I had to think of something.
I
You
feel
went
it.
in.
Now Ren killed that for sure. I have to talk to him about that.
You say
I
you
mean, I
gotta
know
talk to him about it.
that's your brother. Like, dang, man, come on now. You ain't have to go that hard. You supposed to be the new artist for Fivestar. What's going on? Nah,
He was only doing what he was
no.
paid to do.
Yeah. He did ask me. He said, "Is that short? You sure that what you is that? Are you sure that what you want?" I was like, "Yes, that's what I want." And he did. He killed it. It turned out to be a good color. And I'm glad that you brought up the detail that he put in the net in the rim was crazy.
Yeah, that detail in the net is dumb.
I was like, "Dang, this is a beautiful cover." And I was wondering what your reaction was gonna be.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this light show. Excuse me. Because I
Oh
want to
yeah,
have this cast in a lot of shadow, actually.
yeah. It's cool, man, because Fivestar and Hot Shot are both these powerful characters, and it's fun knowing what we're leading up to.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's important for each one of these characters to go through their individual um, stories and their individual arcs to where readers can relate to them as characters and readers can feel that they've went through struggle and they've went through, especially like I was saying, I can't get enough credit to like the latest episode, the latest issues of Hot Shot because they're just so impactful and so like emotion driven and real and like you have to relate to that. Just I mean, you know what I mean? If you've been through that, you relate to it. And even if you haven't been through that, you've been through some kind of trauma, so you still relate to the feeling and emotion that's in it. And that only just makes the character stronger and makes people more fans of the character. So, putting Fivestar through his own journey and his own emotions and his own traumas just makes it even doper when we do bring the characters together. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
like, no, I rock with Hot Shot because of this, I rock with Fivestar because of this. And when we have that big crossover event, people are really going to, hopefully already be in love with the characters from their own individual stories. Same with Vigilance and same with the Heroes International. Like everybody, Vigilance has got some dope arcs coming up of self-discovery and finding out who she is and, imagine being the strongest, but like you don't even know who you are. I mean, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
A lot of craziness going on in there. And I think, you got some very valid points. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted. Shadowing on a figure is not my strongest suit, so trying
No,
to
you're good, yeah.
figure this out as I go.
It's
But
all good.
yeah, because I want to have that power blast coming from his fist.
Yeah. No, I'm loving the way it's turned out so far. It's real. It's got some Dragon Ball Z feel to it. Definitely the way that I handled Fivestar and his power was definitely like Dragon Ball Z inspired.
Mm-hmm.
The way he takes in his energy and then can use it, similar to Vegeta and Goku in the way that they power up.
Yeah.
Um, and
So have
trying to
you?
be huh?
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying, trying to be tactful with why he wears the suit and what the suit does, and you see in issue 1 where he's burning his clothes off because of the energy. So like the suit can withstand, the heat that the energy gives off. The bands, they're just not there for show. They're there because they help monitor the power that he takes in. Um, so all that stuff just kind of, I try to be, smart. I try to make it have a reason.
Yeah.
He could just wear his, normal clothes and be do his own thing, but this suit um, helps him with what he's doing, and so does the metal cuffs on his wrist and his ankles.
Makes sense. Makes sense for sure. So, have you watched the new Dragon Ball Z show, Daima or whatever?
I have not. It's got I believe 3 episodes are out on Netflix, um, which is weird for Netflix to do it like that. Only a couple episodes at a time.
Well, that's because it's only going to be they got the rights to be able to distribute it, but I mean they're
Yeah,
only releasing it once a week in Japan.
right. Which is cool, and I'm waiting. I'm actually waiting on a good time for me and Roman can watch it together. My son. Uh, I didn't want to. I want to try to like it'd be kind of cool to start like a series off with him.
Mm.
So we're gonna watch it together. I did see where like I seen some stuff that looked pretty cool. I was on the train of wanting them just to continue Super, but you know I'm always excited for new Dragon Ball content. So we'll see. That Sparking Zero though is very good.
Is it?
Yeah, the new game it's really really good. Me and Romans put some hours on that bad boy already.
I believe it.
So it is a fun game. It is the closest thing to feeling like you're in actual Dragon Ball Z combat. So the counters are real. The teleporting behind somebody's back when they're doing a combo to you. The counters are crazy. The tact it takes some real skill. The missions are hard. They're not playing around. Like the older games were just harder. You know, and they make some games that are just hard to beat. When you're on like stage like 5 of this game, it's tough already,
Mhm.
which is fun. So, man, I'm loving that. I'm loving how the power is like the main focus. Like the cover, it's dope. Man, messed around and got 2 new images of Fivestar. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
because I was just playing around with this. But
yeah. Now it's like fire. That's funny though, hearing the reactions of your fam with that cover. Like that's wild. But that was the intention, so that's good.
yeah,
I think in issue 1, I had it was the championship cover where Joe Davis did the 5-star holding the FSK belt, and he kind of had Vigilance. He was standing in between Vigilance and Hotshot,
yeah, I remember that. Yep, that was for sure.
and so I've had this theme of having Hotshot on at least on one cover. Of
Tay Edits, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. So yeah,
what's up?
this tradition has.
But now you can't go doing 5-star variant covers with Hotshot doing some crazy stuff up to 5-star. That's just a low blow, bro. You gotta keep some kind of rules.
Hey, what? I don't look. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. Can't have my character getting disrespected on his own cover. I'm definitely gonna get that Hotshot cover though, because what an iconic scene. Sad to see 5-star being the Yamcha, but hey, still fire. Yeah, you pulled that one out. You knew the man knows I'm a Dragon Ball Z head. That's one of the worst defeats in anime history.
Worst defeats.
Now I'm gonna
No.
have to go. Now I'm gonna have to go shopping. I'm gonna have to go rooting through some stuff find something on that level. I don't know. I don't know if there is, man. That's like the one. Everybody uses that meme for anytime they're disrespecting anyone, they use that meme.
It's a rather popular one. So,
man, that is fire. I love the black and white shadow with the power popping off like that. That's sick. My man said I was just playing around with this one.
well, thanks. Yeah, man. Sometimes you play around and get a couple cool things, and I could probably tighten it up, but
end up with a banger on your hands.
You figure out something to do with that. I mean, it needs a background.
Yeah, I mean, I feel it. It's like real, like I said, Dragon Ball Z / even like Green Lantern vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Which I love. I love some Green Lantern.
Oh yeah, you do. There we go. I might want to tighten this up. Probably work on the shadows a little bit more, or whatnot.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll save this for cover 4.
Ooh, shit, this would be cool as a metal print. Might be right about that. What's up, Tess?
Yeah, you might be right. Well, that's where we're at, man. I got some more stuff to jump into tonight, but
yeah, no,
as always. Ooh, shoot. As always, y'all, go check out the Kickstarter in case you did not see it. We're going to put it back up. FSKGo.com. Head over there. Ooh, like I'm about to go over there right now. As it's loading up, let me save this so I don't lose it.
Yeah, don't do that. Because you mess around and got some fire on your hands there.
Yeah, I feel like I could take this somewhere else. Some more detail. I'll work on it some more.
Yeah, that's absolute fire.
All right, we're currently sitting at $1,832 with 43 backers. 8 days left to go on this campaign at FSKGo.com. This book, remember, this is already done. This book is already done. We're rolling on this. We're rolling on it as soon as we get the funding. It's going over to print.
Pages, some new stuff from Ren.
New pages from Ren. We got a lot of good merch on there as well. We're already going to have this, like, we're going to start this week moving stuff over to Backer Kit, so the surveys will be ready. As you saw, we got the surveys out very quickly for Vigilance. Like, we're in all types of different ordering levels for the Vigilance campaign. And we're going to move just as quickly on this one because we got Hot Shot to close out our year. And make sure you go check out the Beam Awards. Go ahead and vote. Votes and for Hot Shot 12 and Vigilance the Trade. Digital copies have gone out, so Vigilance does qualify for it. So I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with us tonight for the double hitter episode. We had a lot of people come in there and view with us tonight. But go share the campaign, go pledge the campaign, go back the campaign, go support it. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, and that's a wrap. We'll catch you on the next one.
I think that I should ask Mr. Watson. I think that I should ask Mr. Watson.